Question says, Barakallahu feek. What is considered as cutting family ties? And who has a right to their ties being kept? I have developed anxiety regarding this after coming across one hadith pertaining to this. I have a big family and it's difficult to keep reach. May Allah reward you. Wa fikum barakallah. The general rule is that you keep ties with anyone who's considered to be your family and anyone who's considered to share a womb with you, whether it's a relative or a family member, close or distant. And obviously it's going to differ from person to person. How you treat your mother and your father, your brother, your sister, is not necessarily how you're going to treat your aunt or your uncle. How you treat your aunt or your uncle who lives in your country is not like you're going to teach someone who's abroad. Someone who's abroad is not like someone who is very, very far distant. Someone who's a Muslim may not be like someone who isn't a Muslim. Someone who's righteous and pious may not be like someone who's wicked or ignorant. Someone who isn't the best Muslim, but they're respectful, isn't like someone who mocks and makes fun of you, whether they're Muslim or supposedly a Muslim or not Muslim. Why do you have a beard? Why do you dress like that? Don't come over here with that dress. Take off the niqab, uncover your face. It's 2018. We're modern, we're progressive. They make fun of you. So it depends. At the end of the day, you give them the basic standard of good treatment. The basic standard, whether it's a phone call or a visit or a gift or money. It doesn't have to be every single day that you see this family member. It doesn't have to be every single month. It may be some family members you only see a year. Some people you may not have the ability to talk to every day. You may send them a gift in the mail. You may give them money. You may do a service for them. Okay? And it may be your mother in which you do something for her every single day if you don't live with her. Some brothers who don't live with their mothers, they see their mothers every day. Or they're always with their mothers. My mother lives in a different state. She comes over to my house. I bring her food. She cooks for me. It depends. What's important is that everyone has to get something. And whenever they request you, you try to give them what they request. Of time, of money, of service, etc. What's important is that these things go back to custom and culture. Custom and culture. Where I come from, when you're 18 years old, you leave your mother's house. It's not a part of my culture for a grown man to stay with his mother. That's my culture. It may be different than your culture. If a man is 18 and he lives with his mother, he's considered a loser. That's my American culture. You're staying with your mother, you're a grown man, you don't have a job, you're not married, you're not going to college, you don't have a girlfriend, you're not considered successful. And it's the custom to leave the house. But you have to visit your mother, take out the trash for her, take her to a restaurant, give her money, help pay the bills, buy a thing of roses or flowers. She has a leaking roof or faucet, you fix it. You go over, you take your children over there, she wants to see her grandchildren. What heck of that? But you may come from a country or a culture in which you have to stay with your mother. And you get married and you live in a house with your wife and children. It's different. You may come from a culture in which you have to be with your mother every single day. You may come from a culture in which you have to give a percentage of your paycheck to your parents. If that's your culture, and it's not against the kitab and the sunnah, al-ada muhakkama, as is one of the major fiqh maxims. Al-ada muhakkama. The ada, the custom, is the judge. So it depends on where you are. Every family member doesn't get the same amount of treatment, and it depends on cultural values, as long as those cultural values are not against the Quran and the Sunnah. As long as those cultural values do not necessitate haram or shirk or bid'ah or disobedience. And Allah Azza wa Jal huwa al-muwaffiq wal-hadi. Assalamu alaikum.